So, the advanced polls for voting in the Canadian federal election opened on Friday. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel for Sunday, April 20th. Ha ha ha. Happy 420 if you are like me and indulge. Anyway, this video is a different kind of video than the ones I've been doing for the past bit. This is kind of just my thoughts on what's been going on so far with the advanced polls. We're being told by the news that it looks like about 2 million people have voted already in the advanced polls, which is huge. Election day is April 28th, and I think that there's another weekend of advanced polling next weekend as well. But we went to vote today in our advanced poll, and there was an air of happiness there. Usually, when you go to vote, everyone's tired, everyone's pissed off, nobody wants to be there, nobody's cracking jokes, nobody's smiling. It's just, oh, I've got to vote. No, not today. Everybody was happy and cheerful and happy to be there to vote. There were people there other than us. This was the first time I'd actually voted in an advanced poll. And for those of you who wonder how a blind person votes in Canada, depending on where you are, because in a larger city where I used to live, they had started out with a ballot stencil with the numbers in Braille, and just you had to have somebody read the candidates to you. I did in the last couple of elections where I lived in the larger city get a Braille list of candidates, but this time back in the smaller town, I had to have the candidates read off to me by Pincalo, and he had to sign a special affidavit that said, I solemnly swear I'm not going to influence the vote cast by the person I'm helping, etc., etc. So that's the stopgap measure for somebody who helps a blind person vote. They have to sign a piece of, basically swear that they're not going to either force the blind person to vote the in a way they don't want to, or mark the ballot wrong if they have to mark the ballot for the blind person. But I marked my own ballot, and Pincalo just read the list of candidates off to me, and I found the corresponding number on the Braille plaque and voted accordingly, and that was that. But yeah, there was a lot of happy, it was a good feeling to go vote, and it felt like everybody there was there because they wanted to be there, and they were happy to be voting, and I'm just hoping that this continues on through the continued advanced poll and election day. I'm feeling like people are really wanting a change, and I think this election, no matter who you're voting for, is probably one of the most important elections that we've had in quite some time. I would say since Brian Mulroney was Prime Minister, and or since Kim Campbell was Prime Minister and Jean Chrétien was up for election. I think that's how far back we're going for this. And I really do hope to continue to see the happiness to go exercise your civic duty and your right and your privilege to vote. You have to remember, voting is not just a right that we have, it's a privilege that we have. And there are countries where you don't get to vote, or if you do get to vote, your vote is cast for basically a single party, so you're not really voting. And we have to remember that we are very lucky that we live in a country where we get to pick our government. So I think this election, people are really starting to understand that and be happy about that. And I think that that's going to carry through to next weekend and to election day. So that was just my thoughts on voting in an advanced poll and how a blind person votes. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you're Canadian, did you go to the advanced poll? Are you planning on going to the advanced poll, or are you gonna wait till election day? You don't need a voter card. All you need is your ID. So go vote. Go make your voice heard. This is, like I said, probably the most important election since 1993. So let's make a change. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic Easter Sunday, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.